What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and welcome to another week of Tester Tuesday. This week we will be covering 3 of the upcoming January 2024 Scentsy Bring Back My Bar set, so let's get started. So let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Vanilla Walnut. This is part of the Bring Back My Bar, a limited time offer, so it is available for the month of January with an asterisk while quantities last. So if a scent does sell out, sometimes they do not restock it, so make sure you put any of the ones that you want in your Scentsy Club to try. So this one is a creamy colored wax. This one had 30% of the vote. On cold sniff, I would say this is light. Yes, light, maybe a little bit heading towards medium, but on the lighter side of things. And I would put this in the bakery section. So let's read the scent description. Scentsy says, a warm fragrance with roasted walnut and sweet vanilla bean. Perfect. That's a perfect description. The vanilla bean maybe isn't overly sweet. It's kind of a natural, neutral vanilla. And you get that general toasty, roasty walnut, which walnuts aren't overly strong. So it just adds a nice little background je ne sais quoi, or hum, that you know is a tiny bit earthy, a little bit of a natural, nice variation of a vanilla. Really, really nice. I really like this. Now, I've warmed this years ago. So when I first got into Scentsy, it was like late 2017 and I joined in early 2018. And when I first joined, I found all the Scentsy bars that I could. Anything different, I wanted to try it all. And I did find a bar of vanilla walnut. Now, I can't remember. I think it was a full bar. It might have been a partial bar. But it was a Bring Back My Bar vanilla walnut. So that was probably at least 2 to 3 years old. And when I warmed that, I got pretty good performance. It was very, very long lasting. I remember it was very long lasting and I was surprised about that, how long it went. So let's talk about performance this time, keeping in mind what I experienced before. All right, so I warmed 5 cubes. I warmed 3 cubes here in my bedroom because where it's a little bit lighter on cold, I thought I'm just gonna put 2 in my regular, I'm actually using something called the Winter Stag Warmer, which I love. It's a ceramic 25 watt. And I put 1 cube in a tea rose, kind of on the opposite corner in my little side bathroom. So I thought I'm gonna give it a little extra help. Now I would say strength and throw at max was around 5, maybe heading to 6. Not very strong. Now this room does get cold in the winter and we don't put heat on unless it gets really cold. So I'm gonna factor that in. But I left it going 1 day just because after a day I couldn't really get it to the intensity that I wanted to smell it at. So let's talk about the other spot I warmed it. I warmed it in my laundry room, which is the side entrance to our home. I put 2 cubes in a 25 watt warmer. It's called the Aspen Grove. I would say it was about 5 to 6 out of 10 there as well. I felt like I could smell it at that intensity a little bit longer than here in my bedroom, and I left it going for 1 full day. So what I'm going to say about this, I think it's a fall winter scent because of that walnut, but you could probably warm it any time of year. I think that it's best in small to medium spaces, and I think it would benefit from cure time. So any vanilla-based scents are notoriously light when they're first poured, and in the vendor wax world, you'll often see vendors warning customers that maybe a normal scent might need 2 to 4 weeks. A vanilla might need double that. So what I suggest is if you really like the scent and you don't find it strong enough, put it away for a couple of months, even up to 6 months, a year, whatever you can justify or are willing to do, and try it again, and you might find it stronger. Now, is this going to be a boomer? I doubt it. But if you really love the scent and you want more out of it, you might have to cure it longer, which just means set it aside and let it just do its thing. Let the oils and everything mix and mingle, and it performs a little bit better. Now, I don't find it often makes it more long lasting. I find it makes it stronger, but sometimes when something is stronger, it seems more long lasting. So there you go. Will I be repurchasing this one? I think so. I don't know if I'm going to put it in club. I might put it in club. I might repurchase a couple more. I do really like this. I love vanilla scents. I just have a lot of wax and I have a lot of vanillas. But I would suggest you give this one a try because it is a special vanilla scent. So that is vanilla walnut. All right, let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Amaretto. This is a Bring Back My Bar in the January 2024 lineup. As I said, I would put this in the bakery section. This one had 22% of the vote. And it is this another cream colored wax, and I would say it's medium to medium plus on cold sniff intensity. So the scent description is an almond scented fragrance sweetened with honey and spice. All right, I don't get spice, so let's just get rid of that. Let's talk about almond And then we're going to talk about honey. When I first smelled this with Ryan, I smelled honey on the top and I smelled almond on the back. Now when I put this in the warmer, the almond morphed into a cherry almond scent, very similar to that cherry almond component in cherry almond pie. There was definitely a cherry component, and sometimes that happens with almond. Now, Amaretto is a liqueur, and I've only had it once, and I remember I wasn't loving it, but I'm not a big drinker, so that could be why. But this reminds me of a creamy honey version of cherry almond pie without the crust. So that honey comes in as a very creamy honey, and that almost leads like a vanilla honey with almond and cherry. So that's kind of what it is. Almond and cherry scents tend to be strong, and this one was fairly strong. So let's talk about performance. I warmed this in 2 locations. I warmed it in my daughter's room, Erica's room, because I said to her, these are the 3 scents this week. Which do you like the best? And she picked this one, which I was a little bit surprised. So I put 2 in a full-size warmer and 1 in her mini warmer. And it was very, very strong there. I would say almost 9 out of 10 in her room. So I left it going about a day and a half, and then I removed it. Now, actually, I lie. It's actually still going, but I would say it smelled for a day and a half. Sometimes if something wears off late in the evening, I just leave it, and I'm going to change it first thing in the morning. It was getting pretty light on the second part of the second day, if you catch my drift. So in my TV room, I put 4 cubes, and I put 2 in a Vino, which is a 40 watt, and I put 2 in it's called Nativity Night, I think it's called, and it's a 25 watt glass. I don't really like that warmer very much, but I'm just using it because it's festive. But it didn't do very well in my TV room compared to Erica's room. I would say it was about 7 out of 10 in there, but it is a very cold room. Again, we don't put the heat on very often in that room, so that's why. I'm sure if I had the heat on, or if it was in any other area of the house, it would probably be 8 or 9 out of 10. So I think this is a good performer in terms of strength. Longevity, I would say it's pretty average, and it just depends if you like cherry and almond scents, and if you like creamy honey scents, whether you're going to like this. Obviously, it leans fall and winter. I would say you probably could warm this in open layout based on how it did in my daughter's room. It will probably be a 1-dayer in my home in the open layout. Will I be repurchasing this? No, I don't think so. I didn't love it enough to repurchase, but it was okay. And I'll probably mix this 1 cube with maybe a vanilla, or I'm not sure what I'll mix it with. Maybe even All You Need Is Love. I might mix it with a cube of that. So that is Amaretto. All right, let's talk about our 3rd place scent for the week. It is a Disney licensed bar, Buzz Lightyear to Infinity and Beyond. This one had 19% of the vote, and it's this purple colored wax. And this I would put in the fruity section. And on cold sniff, I would say it's probably a light heading into medium, but closer to light. So let's read the scent description. It's a long one. It says, blast off to a galaxy of endless imagination, where fizzy orange and black currant are cosmically balanced with plum blossom and sugared raspberry. All right, so we have 4 notes. We have fizzy orange and black currant, and then we also have plum blossom and sugared raspberry. Now, you want to know what the interesting thing is? I warmed this in 2 spots, and I got almost like a different scent in both locations, and that has never happened. So good example, sometimes you need to try it in 2 locations. So we'll talk about how it smelled in Ryan's room and performed in Ryan's room, and then how it smelled in Drew's room and how it performed in Drew's room. In Ryan's room, I got what I normally get, which is a tendency towards a light, fizzy grape note and a tinge of orange. Now, it almost leans like that grape bottle cap smell with a little tiny effervescent orange. That's kind of what I get in Ryan's room. Strength in Ryan's room was between, it was about 5 out of 10. It wasn't overly strong. And I think as the hours went by, it might have built to about a 6 out of 10. And I left that going out of convenience 2 days, but really I got a lot of scent maybe in the first day and a half. And then that's kind of how this one did for me. Now, on the flip side of things, I warmed 4 cubes in Drew's room. 2 in his, I think it's called Angel Wings, and 2 in the Etch Cord. Both terrific, booming warmers, okay? If you're looking for good warmers, those are good ones. I smelled mostly the plum blossom and the raspberry in his room. I don't know. So it was more of a raspberry floral in his room with less of the other stuff. So maybe the hotter warmers brought that out. I have no idea. Again, same thing with performance. I would say it was between 5 and 6 out of 10 in his room, but it seemed to be very steady in its performance. It didn't kind of dip and dildo. I should edit that out, but I'm not going to. It didn't dip and fluctuate, we'll say that. And I left it going 2 days out of convenience, but again, I got a good day and a half out of it. I would say out of the 3 scents I warmed this week, I was surprised that this held its own for longevity against Amaretto, and I was surprised at how Vanilla Walnut did not have the longevity that I was used to. But again, I think it's a cure thing. So will I be repurchasing this one? Because this one is more of a year-round scent. It's more of a kid's bedroom scent or a fun type of scent if you want to switch up. Obviously, I would say small to medium space scent. I think because of those reasons, I'm not going to repurchase because scent appeal is just, you know, it's on the lower side for me. I'm not huge into grape and fruit, but it wasn't overly strong and it wasn't a standout in performance for me to repurchase. But obviously, a lot of people like this one. So that is Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond. All right. It's time for the Centsy bag that no one knows what to do with. I have in this bag 7 scents, and I'm going to draw out 6. Now, what I do is each week, the ones that don't make it in, I will, eventually replenish. But I want to give every scent a first chance first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 6 scents, and you're going to vote for 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning. Please put your votes down in YouTube comments. If you can't do that and you need another spot to vote, find my Instagram post. It's Patricia Gates. Put your 2 votes there. And thank you for all your votes. You did great. Scent number 1 is cinnamon. And yes, I have the bars, but I just don't feel like getting this is just so much easier. Scent number 2 is Strawberry Sweetie. If you watch my video with Ryan, you'll know why I'm laughing about that one. Thank you for your kind words with that video. I appreciate it. Scent number 3, Toasted Apple Butter. Scent number 4, Lavender Vanilla. And what I'm going to do is I am off on starting on the 20th. I think the 21st is my last day of work. So I'll warm as many as I can, but you still only vote for 2. Scent number 5, Falling Leaves. There's only 2 left in the bag. I wonder which poor little scent is going to get left behind. Scent number 6, we'll see it eventually, is Lots of Lavender. I'm just going to peek and see what the last one is that didn't make it. Oh, it's a secret. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. I know it's a busy time of year. I look forward to whatever votes I see. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.